Hi guys, it's the Wig Fairy GH and welcome to my YouTube channel. I know it's been such a long time, but I'm finally putting out the layering and curling video of that purple ombre unit I did. Even if I didn't reach my goals, I'm not gonna let you guys ruin it. I'm just joking. After I rinsed off the dye, I went ahead to condition the unit. You actually don't exactly have to do this because a door dye is actually a conditioning dye. I'm not sure if you guys knew, but now you know. So yeah, so at this point I've added the conditioner and now I'm going to go ahead to section off the hair. As you can see, I've parted the unit and then I'm going to section off the frontal bit. So I'm dividing that into two. So I'm going to take it from the center to the ear tab on the right or left, whichever one. So I'm going to section that bit off and then I'll do that to the other side. So on the frontal piece, I've sectioned it off into two bits. So for the back, I sectioned that into two as well. So you just comb through that, clip it up, and then repeat the same process to the next side. So at this point, we're going to start with the first two sections which are on the frontal. So what you have to do is take a tiny piece from the center that kind of forms a triangle. So from the left side, you take a small triangular piece, and from the right side, you take the same amount. You can see that it's kind of formed a triangle, but this is what we're going to use as a base. So this piece actually frames your face, so it's going to be up to you to determine where you want to cut or where you want the layering to start. Personally, for this layering that I'm doing in this video, it actually allows you to maintain the length. It's not too harsh. There are soft layers. So after you take that triangular piece, you stretch it upwards, you pull it up, pull it towards, like really tight, hold it the same way, bring it down, and then point cut upwards. So once you determine where you want the layering to start, what you want the shortest length to be, then you go ahead and cut it. So remember, point cut upwards. And now I have my base layer. So now I can divide it back into that center part, and they're all equal lengths as you can see. So then we're gonna clip up one side and start working on the section on the other half. So as you can see here, the hair is damp, right? But guys, I just had to blow dry it because parting and combing it and cutting it was just hard. It was too hard. So I just had to blow dry it so that it was easier for me to hold onto the hair and pull it upwards. So at this point, we're going to comb in the section we just cut, comb in that little triangle into the other section, and that's what's going to help us layer that front bit of the frontal. Like I said, I went ahead to blow dry it. So we pull it at a 45-degree angle, I'd say. Yeah. So you pull it at a 45-degree angle, and what you want to look out for is where the hair we first cut ends. So that's where you're going to cut at this first section. We're going to cut exactly there. As you can see, you'll see where the shorter hair is. Do you see that? Yeah, as I just showed you. So you're going to cut at that point. So you pull it to a 45-degree angle, make sure you've pulled it really tightly, then you bring it down and you snip, snip, snip. Don't forget, point cut upwards. It may seem like we're cutting off a lot, but trust me, it really isn't. So as you can see that the layers have already started forming really beautifully. I honestly am so excited for you guys to see the curl. I'm just cleaning up the layering, but you can see how it transitions downwards. But you guys can already see the layering, how it goes from shorter to longer. At this point, I was excited, so I was trying to see what it would look like. So the same steps that we did on the other side, we repeated on this side, which is basically pulling it really tight at a 45-degree angle and cutting it at the point where the face framing layers had been cut. Do you get what I'm saying? So you cut it where that ends. I know it may seem like a lot, but trust me. So you see where that line is, that's where we're going to cut it, but we cut it point cut upwards. So we pull it up until that point where we can see the shorter hair is, and then we go ahead to cut it. Trust me guys, I promise you, you're not losing the hair. I promise you, because with this method, trust, you will maintain your length. Personally, I use this for curling when I want soft curls, like not too much, do you know what I mean? There are other times when I want like a heavily layered unit, and obviously I'd probably go in cutting shorter, layering it more. But as you can see with this, you can already see how the layers have formed and it's already looking beautiful. I'm just obsessed with this color. So beautiful. I can't. Anyway, obviously I'm tidying it up a bit, but you can already see the slant. So yeah, now we're gonna move on to the back. So the back section, remember how we divided the back into two? So now, out of the two sections, we're going to take one and divide that into two as well. And we're going to comb in a piece of the section from the very front. We're going to comb that in, hold it really taut at a 45-degree angle. You can see where the hair ends, right? So what we want to do is cut 1 inch below that. That's what's going to help us get that effect of going from shorter to longer. Trust me, you're not losing the length. Trust. So with this one, we're going to cut 1 inch, about an inch below where the shorter hair ends. Point cut upwards, guys, remember that. So yeah, we're just cutting, point cut upwards, and at this point, we've cut it an inch below. Don't forget, and then I'm thinning it out just a tiny bit. So that has been cut. That is obviously a longer layer, as you can see. So now we're going to take the last bit of that first back section. We're going to comb it in with a piece of the section we just cut, as in the longer piece, the piece that was an inch below. We're going to pull it at a 45-degree angle. And then what we're going to do is cut it an inch below. Do you get? So we're not going to cut it at the same length. We're going to cut it an inch below. So do you see? You see how the length is still maintained? The length is still maintained, guys. This is so exciting. But yeah. So now we're going to repeat that same process on the other side, which is taking the back section, dividing that into two halves, of course. And then combing it in with a piece from the front section, and where the shorter hair ends, we pull it to a 45-degree angle, super tight, and we cut an inch below where the shorter hair ends. An inch below.
Every day when I wake up, I want to fly back to Jamaica, fly straight into your water.
And then we're going to take the final section, comb it in with the section we just cut, which was an inch below, so longer. And we're going to cut this one an inch below the shorter section. So we comb it to a 45-degree angle, pull it really taut, really tight, and then we hold on to that, bring it down, and we point cut upwards. So as you guys can see, the length is maintained. You can see me pointing because I was like, yeah, we were not going to lose our length at all. Anyway, so I'm just adding my serum. Now that we've successfully layered it, we're going to go into curling. What I did, obviously I wanted it as a side part, so I went in with my hot comb to do the part and lay the hair in the direction I wanted the hair to flow. So with this, I wasn't doing tight curls at all, so I took very big sections and divided that into two. You know how I like to divide my hair into two and work on it. So I took, what was this, like this was 4 rows, 4 lines, went ahead, combed it, and then I curled it. Guys, remember, the half that you're curling on, always curl away from your face. With this look we were going for, we wanted the curls away from your face, just as I'm showing you, so in that direction, away. When you also go to work on the other side, you also do it in the opposite direction, so away from your face. I know I was really stressing trying to show you the direction, but for this look we were doing away from our faces. Like, these curls are very, 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 very loose. Like, that's why it took such big chunks. And also with this look, you really don't have to spend much time curling it. You can even put it on and curl it on yourself. You guys will see in the installation video, which will be uploaded very soon, you'll see how, like, after I installed it, I like to style my hair before I install, but you'll see how even after I installed it, I quickly went in to touch up the curls, and it was very quick. So this look, there's no wasting time with curling. Like, we don't want tight curls, we want super loose curls, so we just curl it and then we pin it for it to set. So what you can also do is, if you are dressing up to go somewhere, you can like curl it before you go and shower, or curl it before you start your makeup, and when you pin it, that allows the curls to set. You can spray it with got2b freeze spray or some sort of holding spray, which will help you get long lasting curls. I took another big section, like what, 3 rows, and mind you, I sewed double tracks, so I wasn't at this point. Nah, we're not playing any games. So the back section, obviously we sectioned the frontal hair on its own because that's where the most important curls will be. So that's where we actually have to not spend time but be more, you know, intentional with it. But for the back, nah. This might actually be easier using a wand. I'm gonna start using my wand to curl. I don't know why I just got used to a straightener. But you can either use a straightener, you can use a wand to curl it, whichever one you're more comfortable with. Honestly, the wand is easier for the back. As for the fronts, we needed the straightener. So on a final section at the back, yeah, so as I said, I just did it into 5 pieces. Like, guys, I was not playing any games. Oops, did I say 5? Yeah, 5. No, 6, but you know. So at that point, I decided to layer it a bit more at the very top, just so that that section, the curls would come out a bit more rather than blending too much into the back. Honestly, at this point, it really is up to you and your preference, how you want your curls to look. But for me, this was just the look I had envisioned. Because I was just looking for something that I could do even with my black hair, like super lazy. If I just want to switch it up, do some quick curls. You know what I'm saying? So, you know. So we're onto the front section. So I divided that into 3. So the middle and then the sides. So we're going to start with the middle. Do you guys see how the ends of that? So funny story, I had already curled it, but something happened to the footage, so I had to redo it. But you see how the ends of this part like look silvery, or like it should be darker. But what happened was, when I was straightening, I got carried away and increased the heat. So with watercolor, I realized that when you do it, when you apply too much heat, the color just starts to disappear. So be very careful. Do it on low heat. Straighten or curl on low heat to avoid any of your color disappearing. But you know, I mean, it still worked, but you obviously don't want that, especially if you're going for a solid look. We just would want to avoid that. So with the front, I'm curling it towards my face. So I used the straightener, curled it very gently. Like, I didn't do any curls and roll it up with the straightener. I just curled it into kind of like a C, and then I just used my hands to roll it up and then clip it. Yeah. And then we're moving on to the right side. So I'm hot combing the edges. Obviously, I want that part to be flat. I don't want to do it after I've taken out the curls, because I might just end up combing out my curls. And so we take it, curl it away from the face, curl it, roll it up, and then we clip it. So obviously, if you want tighter curls, that means you have to take smaller sections. Mind you, clipping it like this can cause marks on the hair. So if you leave it in too long, this one I actually ended up leaving it in like, I feel like for like a day or two. But yeah, so we repeat the same thing on the other side, and there you have it. Those are your curls. So at this point you can just like do your makeup, do what you want, set it for a bit, maybe like 15-20 minutes. If you're in a rush, you can just do the curl and then you don't have to clip, and then just be on your merry way. But for me, I just went and touched up the edges a bit, flattened it with a hot comb. Guys, I'm telling you, hot combs are your best friends. Anyway, so it's a new day. Because I left it in for so long, the clips have left marks in my hair. So don't leave it in for that long. So anyway, when you take it out, use a wide tooth comb. Just comb the hair. It will start falling in the direction. You'll start seeing the curls falling very nicely, very beautifully. I combed it. You can run your hands through it, push it up where you want, just as I'm doing like the front. That was the most important bit for me. So I spent a lot of time getting it to look the way I wanted it to. As for the back, I left it. So here you have it after layering the hair. You know, you can also even layer it after you curl, but with this particular one I just wanted to layer it before and show you guys one of my layering techniques when I want to maintain length and have very soft curls, very soft layers, not the dramatic ones. And I hope this video helped, guys. Don't forget to like, comment, subscribe. Let me know what more you guys would like to see. I know I've been away for like 2 weeks. With everything going on, I just didn't feel right posting. Even me, I was just trying to get my thoughts together. I can't imagine how everybody's feeling. I know it's tiring, it's hard. I don't know. Anyway, guys, so I hope you guys are also signing all the petitions. And, you know, hopefully we will be heard. Hopefully long-lasting change can be made. And I'm praying for you all. Thank you guys so much for watching. God bless you. Don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, and I'll see you guys soon. Bye, guys.
But I cannot back away before that. I go set up the place now.